Good morning, everyone. Please be seated. I'm Don Tapscott, and I'm the Chancellor of Trent University, and I'm a proud graduate of this great institution. Graduates like you, I took the road less traveled, and it has made all the difference. And for all of us, a river did run through it. Mother Nature has blessed us with a spectacular day, and I've been in many universities around the world, and I can speak with some confidence that there's no more spectacular venue to convocate than right here on the shores of the Otonabee. This is a very special day for everyone, and I'm delighted to share it with you. So heartfelt congratulations to all of our graduates on reaching this important milestone. I now declare Convocation open.
Good morning. My name is Leo Groark. I'm the 8th President and Vice Chancellor of Trent University, and it's my honor and privilege to welcome you here today. I did want to say I think it's a wonderful day today. Mother Nature, as the Chancellor has noted, is showing off our beautiful campus. The Raptors won last night. And this morning, we are celebrating the successes of our Bachelor of Arts graduates. I want to begin, as we always do at Trent, by respectfully acknowledging that we are on the treaty and traditional territory of the Mississauga Anishinaabe. We offer our gratitude to First Peoples for their care for and teachings about our earth and our relations. May we honor those teachings. I would like to preface the proceedings by saying something about them. The convocation, in one way, is a kind of serious and solemn and formal occasion. It's the occasion that recognizes the success of our graduates and the completion of their degrees. At the same time, I want to say to you that convocation is intended to be a celebration. It's a party. It's a party that Trent is hosting to celebrate the successes of our students. With that in mind, with all the solemn authority invested in me as president of Trent University, I want to give you permission to be loud. To be loud. Thank you. To applaud, shout, and parents, I want to give you permission to embarrass your children as they walk across the stage. I am pleased to welcome our Bachelor of Arts graduates today, and in light of our honorary degree recipients, I did want to do a special shout out to our journalism graduates and welcome you to the podium today. I want to welcome parents and families, spouses, partners, and friends to the ceremony. I know that some of you come from close by, some from across Canada, and some from around the world. If you are here today, you are part of the Trent family. If you're watching us on live stream from around the world, you are also a part of the Trent family. I would like to also recognize and extend an especially warm welcome to Dave Smith, the MPP for Peterborough. I would note also a proud Trent alumnus, and I would also say a parent of one of the graduates today. Let me in. I'm a parent. I'm all in favor of applauding for parents. Let me end my own remarks by saying to our graduates that today you are not leaving the Trent community, but rather extending your deep connections to Trent as you join a prestigious alumni family, which includes famous authors, scientists, artists, journalists, religious and political leaders, as well as teachers, researchers, medical practitioners, and good citizens. I believe that Trent has prepared you well for the exciting and challenging adventures that lie ahead. It's now my pleasure to introduce an individual whose remarkable achievements will be recognized with an honorary Doctor of Laws degree. Alice Klein is a social activist, writer, entrepreneur, ecofeminist, and unapologetic advocate for social change. She's also the veteran editor, CEO, and owner of Now magazine, Toronto's longest-running free alternative media organization, which she co-founded in 1981 to address the need for an alternative press to cover cultural and social movements that she felt were being ignored by mainstream media. Reaching 500,000 print and digital readers, Now magazine is a crusader for social and environmental justice. In an era in which journalism has been questioned, Ms. Klein emphasizes the need for independent journalism and is a former president of Canadian Journalists for Free Expression. Ms. Klein has been involved in writing, politics, and social justice since an early age while she was still an undergraduate. Her first editing role was for the early feminist publication, The Velvet Fist, in 1971. An anthology on working women, which included her essay on the turn-of-the-century unionized women working in Toronto, was the recipient of a Toronto Book Award. Ms. Klein embodies Trent's vision for critical thinking, commitment to excellence, and innovation. Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting to you, for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, Alice Klein. Looks good. Looks good. Congratulations, Dr. Klein. It's now my privilege to invite you to address Convocation.
Who knew I would be able to speak after that? That was... Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, members of the graduating class, faculty, friends, and family, I'd like to start with a special thank you actually to Chancellor Tapscott, who I first met as a fellow student activist during our university days. And thank you so much to the entire Trent University community for this incredible honor. These short moments that we are spending together will be a source of joy and pride and hope that I will carry for the rest of my days. And thank you also for this impressive and progressive place of learning that is committed to rethinking how we live on this land our Indigenous sisters and brothers kindly share with us. Thank you for being a beacon of hope in this fake news, anti-intellectual time. And most of all, thank you, graduating students, for all the years of blood, sweat, and tears you put in before finding yourself at this wonderful celebration. You are the reason I want to talk about hope and faith in yourself and how to hold on to these like they are your sweetest best friend ever. Because I recognize that despite the fun I hope you'll have tonight, graduation is not a comfortable place to find yourself. I remember the fear and anxiety I felt at the end of my university days, not knowing what would become of me. And that was a much more hopeful time. We actually were very busy changing the world back in those days. I was too young to be right at the very first women's liberation movement meeting, but I was at the very second Toronto meeting of the WLM, as we called it back then, the summer before I started my post-secondary days, and that set the tone for me. Student activism was my main focus in university. Social history was my impossibly impractical field of study. It seemed utterly random at the time. It was just what I felt compelled to do. Yet it turned out that my activism work and the seemingly useless social history I was studying and the fabulous like-minded friends I connected with and in some cases fell in love with turned out to be pillars, absolute pillars of my as yet unimagined 38-year Now Magazine media career. I didn't know then that I would be standing here today as one of the first cohort of creative women since patriarchy colonized the world, who would be able to shape my own life, live my own sexuality, express my own gifts, and bring them out into the world. That is a very cool and hopeful thing to reflect upon in this otherwise truly messed up world. But hey, I get it, that's not enough. The weight of what is going on right now is a burden you are carrying that is beyond historical precedent. The cascading issues are on every level and everywhere, from personal survival issues like precarious work and digital disruption, all the way up to the totally global and beyond. I mean, the earth itself is raging. But hope, I must say, is not for suckers. It gives us the energy to keep imagining. We need that to keep going. It is not a luxury, it is an essential. Most of you are, like me, children or grandchildren or great-grandchildren of genocide or war, slavery or tyranny, abuse or oppression. Our ancestors suffered, yet we are here at this joyous time. They would be filled with happiness to see you here. Their hope brought us together. So here's my bit of elder wisdom for you, based on what I have lived and loved and learned. You are here for a purpose you likely have yet to discover. The earth herself is calling on each and every one of us to become a planetary citizen in his or her or their own beautiful way. How do you do that? Let me share the words that author and 60s merry prankster Ken Kesey, he's the person who wrote One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, shared with me at some early Toronto's Author Fest. I asked him to sign one of his books, and he wrote, "Sink your yellow fangs into whatever your passion is and let them drag you to your destiny." I think that's good advice. And if there are some bright, shiny faces 30 or 40 or 50 years from now gathering in this very spot for this same celebration, it will be in part thanks to you and all the mystery of how you and your like-minded friends take up the hopeful challenge of founding a new era for them to find their way. So let me close with my personal motto. It takes a leap of wild faith to believe you can make a difference. Don't let that stop you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Klein, for those inspiring words. Mr. Chancellor, Professor Colleen O'Manic, the Dean of Humanities, will now present the candidates for all degrees. As Dean O'Manic reads the students' names, they will cross the stage and be congratulated by the Chancellor, then by myself, then by the honorary degree recipient, and then Jess Grover, the president of the Alumni Association, will welcome them into the Alumni Association.
Can everybody hear me? Good. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the Honours Program in the Trent Loyalist Journalism Program, candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honour that they may receive the degree at your hands. David Tuan Bui. Sarah Linda Law. Oh, sorry. Layla Nasser Sharifi. Sierra Madison Turi. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of Bachelor of Arts in the Honours Program in the Trent Loyalist Journalism Program. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the Honours Program candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honour that they may receive the degree at your hands. Jessie Lynn Adam. Sam Ahmed. Adam Edward Arco. Sabila Farah Bakradan. Connor Frederick Balistreri. Dana Jade Barnaby. Liam Brian Beatty. Emily Baudin. Shannon Blatherwick. Abigail Beatrice Bonter. Jamie Brianna Boyd Robinson. Christopher Allen Brady. Julia Palin Brown. Sarah Laranjero Capeola. Yasmin Diane Carr. Morgan Elizabeth Chatton. Dorothy Chang.
Do I go up there now?
Virginia Clinton. Hannah Collins. Julia Madeleine Connor Doan. Emily Alexandra Coombs. Haley Ann Cordick. Sarah Lynn Corey. Holly Irene Crawford. Dylan Curran. Benjamin Kenneth Defoe. Jaden Simone Davies Niera. Emily Michaela DeBrin. Jackson Mark DeGagne. Madeleine Dunn. Adrian Mark Franceschini. Casey Therese Freeman. Jane Gasparini. Olivia Marie Gerlis. Christine Leanna Gledhill. Kristen Victoria Gora. Gabriel Guiano. Okay. Zoe Ann Haber-Kucharski. Sydney Ann Hubraken. Sean Robert James Hammond. Catherine High. David Lachlan Herzog. Emily Marie Hewitt. Sean Jeffrey Hinvis. Zachary Matthew Horrigan. Melissa Howell. Vanessa Ellen Howie. Samantha Morgan Hutchison. Noor Ibrahim. Andrew Jared Jevons. Cassidy Elizabeth Johnston. Callie Killeen. Melanie Marie Laquaniti. Hannah Jane Lewis. Erin Lidster. Michaela Leanne Linton. Alexander Weir Mackenzie. Krista McCallum. Taylor Jean Marie McDowell. Kelly Nicole McKay. Anne Magella McKevley. Alicia Tori Ann McNamara. Emily Harper Winters McPhail. Austin Anthony Mockery. Erin Margaret Rose Murray. Jenna Catherine Michelle Newman. Parker Thomas Nichols. Joyce Wabani. Lisa Ann Olkey.
Yeah. Good luck.
Rachel Hannah Orbell. Erin Clémentienne Parent. Emily Margaret Audrey Parker. Mary Jessica Parsons. Sarah Paul. Victoria Elizabeth Sear Pelkey. Kathleen Trudy Picard. Kyle Andrew David Pugh. Chelsea Rose Pyle. Jasmine Mary McKenna Quinn. Sarah Ashley Caroline Rose. Rachel Marie Rutherford. Evelina Noreen Tromanen Smith. Jordan Steary. Caitlin Elizabeth Storen. Delaney Strath. Rachel Stringer.
You can decide.
Edward Sweeney VII. Cheyenne Elizabeth Tattersall. Morgan Joan Timmermans. Patricia Soledad Tomadin Perez. Veronica Claire Toms. Melissa Tralla. Lauren Albright. Mirza Momo Usra. Megan Visser. Nadine Claire Fernandez Viveros. Georgina Louise Warner. Jacob Dalton Woodburn. Bettina Faye Chap Young. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of Bachelor of Arts degrees in the Honors Program. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the Honors Program a candidate whose name will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. Megan Althea Ann Balvert. Please join me in congratulating the recipient of Bachelor of Science degree in the Honors Program. Mr. Chancellor, I am pleased to present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the General Program candidates whose names will be read, whom the Senate has duly declared worthy of the honor, that they may receive the degree at your hands. Shannon Avery. Christopher Best. Michelle Brown. Nathan Thomas Kuhlman. Lee Doughty. Anastasia Drexler. Jacqueline Marie Edmondson.
Teshoma Quinta Ejitimiden.
Tetsoma Quinta Ejuemisen. Jordana Rosie Hamill. Naomi Gail Harrington. Blati Ishaku. Brianna Knotts Longstaff. Russell Martin. Sarah McIsaac. Letitia Emily Nelson. Michelle Margaret O'Neill. Barrett Peter Lucas Poley. Tatum Nicole Scarali. Elisa Lee Ann Speck. Natalie Alicia Tomachek. Jonathan G. Vickers. Thomas Graham Walker. John Corbin Westcott. Jessica Wilson. Ocean Woodcock. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of Bachelor of Arts degrees in the general program. Mr. Chancellor, I ask you to confer degrees in absentia on candidates whose names are before you and who are unable to be with us today. Mr. Chancellor, Professor David Newhouse will now introduce the honor song.
Before all words can be spoken, we bring greetings to all of creation. Today, we welcome the sun, and we give thanks for the rising of the sun and the light and the warmth that it brings. And we give thanks for another day of life. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, graduates. In the custom of the first peoples of this land, we offer the sound of the drum and our voices to honor our mother, the earth. We send our profound and deepest thanks to all of creation. We greet the world with humility and embrace the richness, diversity, and wonder that is life. In the Anishinaabe teachings, the sound of the drum represents the original sound of creation. The heartbeat of creation reverberates still throughout the universe and infuses our being with life. We sound the drum to connect us with all of creation, to honor and celebrate life, and to remember to live with humility and kindness among all living beings. We offer these words of praise to those who are graduating this day. We offer these words of thanksgiving to those who have made these accomplishments possible. We offer these words of respect and honor to those who have come before us and who have brought dignity to our lives. We offer these words to remind us of the 7 grandfather, 7 grandmother teachings to live with respect, kindness, honesty, sharing, courage, and strength. We offer this song to honor the accomplishments of Alice Klein. We honor and celebrate her efforts at bringing truth and protecting our ability to speak freely and openly and to promote justice in the world. We offer this song to accompany all of you on your travels. May you travel well, and may your lives be filled with grace and dignity. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, graduates, I have the pleasure of presenting Unity, and may I ask you to stand for the honor song. Unity will sing a song called Aurora. In Indigenous traditions, the aurora represents our ancestors dancing in the sky and celebrating our lives and celebrating our accomplishments.
Hey,
thank you, Unity, and you may be seated.
Thank you, Unity. As we're coming closer to the end of this ceremony, I think it's time to say some thank yous. I did want to note that it's a major achievement to have Convocation at Trent University. We have 10 convocations at Trent University. It takes a veritable army of people to put the convocations together and keep them on time and watch out for the weather and make sure that everything goes well. So I did want to do a thank you to the people who support Convocation, but I'd like to do this by picking out one person in particular. And at this ceremony, I would like to do a shout out to Carolyn Kay. Carolyn Kay is a much-loved history professor. Unfortunately, she's in the hospital at the moment, undergoing treatment for a major illness. But I know she is watching on the World Wide Web today. I did want to note, Carolyn, that some students in particular have asked me to say hello to you. Kyle Pugh, Jasmine Quinn, Jessica Parsons, Sean Hines, Jordan Steer, and Lauren Obrecht. Carolyn, we can't wait till you're back with us. I know that won't be too long, and I look forward to seeing you at the Convocation ceremonies next year. Please, a round of applause and appreciation for Carolyn Kay. Now, there's one other thank you that I want to ask the graduates to help me with. So I'm going to ask the graduates, please stand. And I think it's time to thank all of you for coming and join us at the Convocation. And I would note, graduates, that you've got your degrees because of your accomplishments. That's important. But also because you've been supported by a network of people that have been behind you. That's your families, your parents, your friends, your spouses, maybe your children. And, you know, I would say, I guess I could say to the parents, probably they have supported you financially. Probably some of them think for too long. But more importantly, they've supported you emotionally, and that's absolutely key to doing all that you've had to do to get your degree. So I want the audience to stay quiet, and I'm going to ask the graduates to help me thanking your support network who is here to continue to support you today. So I'm going to say that's a good warm-up for the thank you. Let's really thank them, okay? Let's have a round of applause, lots of shouting and yelling to thank your support networks who are here today. Feel the love. Please be seated. Thank you. I would note that there will be a reception in the Student Center following Convocation. The procession will leave the stage following the singing of O Canada, and I would ask you to remain standing if you are able until the procession has departed. Mr. Chancellor, I now call upon you to close Convocation.
Well, thank you very much, everybody, for being here today. And graduates, I hope that you'll look back on today, not just being the end of a stage in your life, but as the beginning of an exciting new chapter. As Dr. Alice Klein said, perhaps with some anxiety, but Shakespeare in love, how does it all work out? It works out fine. And closing remarks like this are designed to inspire the graduating class and give some helpful ideas for the future. So let me dispense with that quickly. I want you to listen up because it's going to be really good. Graduates, today is the first day of the rest of your life, and good things come to those who wait. What doesn't kill you can only make you stronger. Turn lemons into lemonade. And remember, yesterday is history, tomorrow a mystery, and today is a gift, which is why they call it the present. Oh man, that is so beautiful. It's choking me right up here. And finally, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll end up in the stars. On a little more practical level, buy a good suit or a good interview outfit. And most important, good shoes, women, good handbag. Hello, it's all about the accessories. You should know that. Brush your teeth and floss. I can't overemphasize the importance of flossing. And you know this, but I'll tell you anyway. Increase the proportion of vegetables in your diet. And finally, and I do want you to write this one down, please never show up at a job interview with your parents there to answer questions, okay? I think we're done here. That's about it, eh? I will be answering questions on that afterwards, though, if you mind. Seriously, I'm not going to pass along any career advice, as all the data shows you will have successful careers. I'm sure for some of you, somebody said at some point, as Dr. Klein alluded to, why didn't you take something more practical? But what the data shows is what you took was not just something you were passionate about, but is eminently practical. Because what you learned was not just some skills and knowledge, you learned how to think and how to think critically, how to see the big picture, how to collaborate, how to write, how to put things in context. You learned about what matters and values, and perhaps most important, you developed a passion for learning. And that's very important because you will learn throughout your life. In fact, you'll reinvent your knowledge base as you go through life. What you know today will change many, many times. So you're all set. And so as you leave this wonderful institution, this gorgeous ceremony, by all means, live long and prosper, okay? As Spock would say. Go do it. Build a living, build a prosperous life for yourself and your families. But let me conclude here today that humanity needs more from you. You see, the world that you're entering is full of opportunity, but there are many challenges. And your generation is being called upon to ensure that the smaller world that your children and grandchildren inherit is actually a better one, that it's a prosperous one, that it's just, and we rewrite some of the inequities and terrible crimes that have been committed, and that it's a sustainable one. You will participate, if we are to survive as a species, in the reindustrialization of the planet. And each of you will need to step up and participate in some of the greatest transformations ever. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that each of you go work for an NGO or try and become a candidate for leader of the world or something like that, but rather each of you will have a role to play in whatever you're doing. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a teacher, consultant, business executive, researcher, some of you will be public sector managers, politicians, social innovators, or parents. And I do hope that you will teach your children well, as your parents have taught you. One small thing you can do, seems a little, it's huge, vote. Exercise your precious right to vote. There are people your age in other parts of the world that are dying to get that right. And you have it. And this is particularly important because your generation is now the largest voting bloc in Canada and many other countries. If you will it, you will select our political leaders for the next period. So changing the world is your opportunity, but it starts with such a simple thing, a vote. One more thought. When I graduated from Trent, I lost contact with the university for a number of years. And in hindsight, I regret that. And I hope that you don't make the same mistake. And sort of over the years, I started to think about Trent and sort of what it had meant in my life. And I decided that I wanted to get involved, not out of a sense of obligation, really, but out of a sense that this little institution on the Otonabee River is worth defending and protecting, as is the basic idea of a liberal arts and science education. And I became involved, and it has brought me great satisfaction. One source being the extraordinary community. So sitting beside me, on the other side of Dr. Klein, is Jess Grover, who's the president of the Trent Alumni Association. You are leaving Trent, but I hope that you will view it that you're not, really, that you're an alumni now and you will continue to be part of this Trent community. Provide your contact information, please. So, again, congratulations to all of you. You know, good luck, dream big. As Dr. Klein said, and I want to repeat this, the weight of the burden you're carrying is surely profound, but you can have hope. And hope is not for suckers, and it's not a luxury. You know, your ancestors' hope brought us together, and you're here for a purpose that you have yet to discover. And it takes a leap of faith. So make that leap of faith. Be bold, be consequential, live a principled life of consequence. Convocation is now dismissed.